Yo, what's going on, everyone? Wontakejake here. I'm here with
Omgitsfendi.
What's good, family? How you doing, my boy?
Doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, bro. So, I wanted to start off this interview by asking you, how would you explain like who you are? Like, let's say someone has never heard of you before. How would you explain to someone who you are and like what type of music you make? Like, how would you describe yourself? Who is Omgitsfendi?
I feel like Omgitsfendi is just someone who makes music just trying to have fun and experiment and just a lot of new and refreshing sounds, to be honest.
Where? And like, how long have you been making music anyways? Like, what's been the timeline of that?
I started making music 7 years ago, but not for real. Like I started like as Omgitsfendi, like really when I was really like recording and putting music out, it was 2020.
What was like the early sound? Like, what's been like the greatest transformation since? Because you've been making music, you said 7 years.
Yeah.
What's been like? How was your music starting out, and what is it like? How would you compare it to what it is now?
I feel like it's a lot more natural. Like it's like I learned like how to use my voice a lot more. Like I feel like just like I know what I want to say more. I know what I want to put out. And it's like more like I feel like it's less forced because now I'm like when I'm making music, I'm just like making it just like solely to like express myself. A lot of times like whatever I'm thinking, whatever I'm feeling, and I'm just getting the shit out there. Like not really trying to like press it too much. Just let it flow.
Word. How old are you?
25.
25. Cool. And you grew up in Boston, yeah?
Yeah, I grew up in Massachusetts, like an hour from Boston. Gardner. Yeah.
So I wanted to like for the audience out there, I wanted to explain how this interview even came about. My last interview that I did with the artist named Tracy DeMars, and you saw that interview.
Yeah.
You commented. I was like, yo, I've seen your name like floating around. You know, Tracy gave you a shot in the interview. I was like, I want to interview this guy next. So now here we are in the same location actually that we did that interview. And I wanted to know, like, how do you guys know each other? How is that connection made between you and Tracy?
Yeah, shout out Tracy, man. This was like 2021, so damn, about 4 years ago. I was like more like focused on like videography at the time, and Tracy just hit me up to shoot a music video for him and stuff like that. And that's really how it started. And then we just like kind of kept working it. Stopped being just like videos, and then we started working on music together, and then we just became cool. So yeah, shout out Tracy for real.
I actually, I'm glad you mentioned your videography because it brings me to my next point. I wanted to talk about like when I was going through YouTube, I saw like music videos, a whole bunch of stuff. One video that really stood out to me was the We Want Tana video. I wanted you to explain what that was, kind of tell the people like how that came about.
Yeah, that was back in 2022. That was like. Honestly, I had gotten cool with Tana like a couple months before and shit like that because I had vlogs for him like at some main show like a couple months before that show, and then we had just stayed in contact, and then I just asked him if I could pull up to the Boston show and then just vlog like the whole day because the craziest thing is I shot a day in the life of the first time I met him, but like my hard drive broke and I lost that footage, so I was like, damn. That was like the second time we had shot something like that, to be honest. That was just the only time I was able to put it out. The only thing I have from the first day is like this music video I shot and edited for him. That didn't come out.
Yeah, but that's still cool that you got that Tana connection. Is there any music potential between you guys? Do you guys collaborate on any songs or anything, or is that something you're working on?
I've Fendi mixed some of his music. We haven't like recorded together, but yeah, there's a possibility in the future that would work.
Yeah, I feel like that would be a really cool collaboration between you guys, especially if you guys have already, done stuff in the past, like on music videos or whatever. But, I think that's really cool. Another thing I wanted to mention was the Fendi Cam kind of videos too. Yeah. I thought those are really cool. I really love the aesthetic of it, like how the cow was shot and like all that stuff.
I shot on this.
What?
Yeah, it's a video.
That's you shot on video. What the fuck?
Yeah, I shoot the newer ones I shot are on the video. The old ones was on my VHS camera. Yeah.
Yo, that's so cool.
So like I shoot like everything on it. This is like my only camera that I got.
What?
Yeah.
Yo, that's actually so cool. I thought it was like an old camera.
Nah, it's a Vita. Yeah, it's modded and stuff.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
You play games on that, right?
Yeah.
What you be playing? Like, what's your go-to?
I haven't played in a long time. The last thing I played was like FIFA 14. but I used to play a lot of like Def Jam, Fight for New York, and then college football like 2009 or something.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
But that's still cool. Again, I just love the style of it and like just how it was shot. It's crazy that now knowing how it was shot just makes it even like so much cooler. Like, I wanted to know like what you doing in New York right now. Anyways, like what you got? Why are you out here right now? Tell the people. 'Cause I already know. I want to explain.
We got a show tonight, 420. Shout out to Zach Kyle. Finna rock that shit out. And yeah, that's why we out here right now.
Hell yeah. No, I was really excited to see you perform. Have you done a lot of live performances? Or like what's that been like?
Yeah, it's fun. It's like especially like when you get to go to like new places. Like when like I feel like that's like one of the most like rewarding things so far is like being able to like go to new places like because people want to see you perform. Like I got to go to like just this year I got to go to perform in the Bay Area like out by San Francisco. I got to perform in Nashville a couple weeks ago. Like it's hella cool. And then you just like literally just like playing your music and performing for people. It's hella cool. So
Do you have like a favorite song to perform?
no, to be honest. No, not yet. I feel like once like the bigger shows come, like I feel like I'll figure that out. But right now I'm just like having fun, like just like playing my songs.
For sure. No, that's cool though. I'm happy that I'm happy that you have the show here in the first place. I'm happy that we got to do this interview because you're in the city anyway. So it's it all works out. I wanted to know if you would collaborate with any artist dead or alive, who would it be? Like, what's your dream collaboration?
Marvin Gaye.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I really fuck with Marvin Gaye.
What about him? Like, what's his?
I really like. I like a lot of like older songs. Like I like a lot of older music, and like specifically like I say like the '70s to like the early '80s. Like I really love that like era of music. I love like what like the sound was, like the energy, like all of that. So like Marvin Gaye, Bob Marley, like Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson, like those type of artists. Like I really like heavily like mess with, and I would love to see like what would happen if like I got a studio session with Marvin Gaye, and like instead of like me going back, like it's Marvin Gaye coming into like my world, you feel me, and stuff like that. I feel like it would be some very like interesting stuff. Kind of like what Charlie Wilson does with a lot of like newer artists, like with his work with Tyler and Don Toliver and stuff like that. I feel like it would be something cool.
That would be awesome. I think it'd be really cool to just like see him jump to like your lane.
Yeah.
I think that would be insane. So I was interested on your thoughts on like, are you signed right now, or like what's your situation like?
So yeah, I just signed a distribution deal with a label, Upstate Music Group out of Tennessee, and yeah, I'm just happy to be where I'm at right now. For real. Has like
what are your thoughts on like being independent versus sign? Like, do you have like would you sign like a 360 deal, or what deal? Like what deal?
360 crazy.
Well, I wonder like what type like what's because like what's your thoughts on like the industry side of music? Because I know music is like itself is really fun. Yeah. There's also the business side.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm interested in what your take on.
I mean, I think it really just depends on what situation you're in. You feel me? Like I wouldn't tell nobody to like go all the way independent. I wouldn't tell nobody to like sign. Like it's really just whatever like works best, because you know like you could have a deal or like an offer from like some label that could be very good for you, but like if I tell you not to sign because you want to be independent and stuff like that, you could have just wasted a great opportunity. But the same thing goes like, oh, if you want to sign, then you get yourself in a bad situation. So it's really just like situational. Sure. Whatever works best for you is whatever it is. Everyone's path is different for real.
Sure. I think that's a good take to have, because it's really like, depending on the person, because like labels can be really helpful, but they also can like destroy.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like you really got to be careful with that. But as long as you kind of understand like what your position is, and you're really good.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask about this new album you're working on.
Yeah.
Vita World. Why don't you explain to people what that is and like talk about it?
So Vita World is like the second installment of the Vita series, I guess. After Vita Boy is Vita World, and it's basically just an evolution of what I was trying to do with Vita Boy, I guess. And like, it's harder to like, there's a whole world around it. So like the videos will explain everything. Like everything that I put into it will explain everything. Like once, like I'm done dropping the singles and it's like album time, it's like world building times, so I'm putting out a lot of new content, like all like to cater to like what it's supposed to be. So I can't fully explain it, but it's gonna make a lot of sense, and I feel like it's gonna be very engaging and a lot of new sounds, a lot of fresh and refreshing stuff.
Awesome. Are there like any features on the album, or like what's the album? Are you collaborating with anyone?
I mean, I don't know, cause it's not like done, so like I'm always like open to whatever. So I mean, as of right now, I don't know.
Got you.
Yeah, sure.
I also wanted to ask about the collective that you're in,
Yes.
Backlot. Why don't you explain to me what that is too?
So Backlot, that's just a new wave. That's shit what's popping right now on the East Coast for real. It's just New England really. Like Backlot's just something that I came up with like 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, and it's really just still, it's like just building itself really, because I didn't really know what it was, and I still don't fully know what to explain Backlot as. It's just like the essence of like the New England underground culture for real. It's like, that's really as much as I can explain right now. And I feel like over time the vision will start to like clear up and like be more apparent to people.
Do you have like any artists or like any people that you want to shout out like from the collective, or like from like, or who's up next for you right now in your opinion?
Marnie, right there, behind the camera right there. Step in the camera right now. If you can see him, I don't know if you can see him. Shout out Marnie, shout out Rosu, shout out Jim, shout out Nyla, shout out the whole Backlot, like everybody, man. Like, if you Backlot, you know you Backlot. I can't just say artists. There's too many people to name, I'm not even gonna lie. But yeah, shout out everybody in the Backlot, everybody that I fuck with. Like, you know who we were.
What about like outside of the collective? Do you have like just like who are like some artists that just stand out to you now? Like who in the future besides like people you know what I'm saying? Like what's your take on like the current underground scene?
I don't know. There's a lot of good artists. I can't really like pinpoint any like certain one. I just feel like right now people are talking down on a lot of artists, and I don't really think it's fair, because I see a lot of new and refreshing sounds and people trying to experiment. But I think it's like a whole cycle where like I had seen it where there was new sounds coming out during the SoundCloud era. You feel me? Like Cardi, Uzi, Yachty, like all of them. Like, and people were hating on it because it was a new sound. And I feel like that same cycle is coming up again with the newer artists that are rising and stuff like that. So like, really, like I feel like the underground is in a good state. To be honest, I do. I just feel like people are just hating. A lot of haters.
Got you. So like, I want to know, what's some like what can we expect from you like this year? What's by the end of 2025? Like finish the sentence. Like by the end of 2025, Omgitsfendi will be what?
By the end of 2025, Omgitsfendi will be older, wiser, happier, and richer.
I like it. That's a good answer. That's a great answer. I was wondering if you wanted to like share like some maybe like unreleased music that you have, or anything that you wanted to preview.
Yeah. Do I just play it off my phone?
I can.
Yeah,
I got you. Can you pass me my phone real quick? I think I have it connected to the speaker. Alright.
So Jake asked me to play some unreleased. So I asked Marnie what I should play, and so we're about to play Frog. I think I made it last summer. I don't really remember. I know I made it last year though. Yeah.
Alright, so let's do it. Oh yeah. Summertime, and everything's on the stars, I'm great, I'm nice. I don't really It's fucking tough, but I like it. It was really cool. It was a good. I think it's a really good song.
Appreciate it.
But yeah. Well, thank you for sharing some of your early music. I appreciate it.
For sure.
I appreciate it. Yeah. So I guess like to wrap it up for real. I was wondering if you had like any like last words of advice for people, like what's some like give people just a message to like the final message. You know what I'm saying?
If you're watching this video right now, like, subscribe.
You gotta do that. You gotta do that one. You gotta do that one. You gotta do that one for sure.
Nah, but for real, if you're watching the video and you haven't yet today, smile.
I like that. That's a solid way to end this shit. Yo, bro, thank you guys so much for watching. Yo, I appreciate you for doing this. Much love, bro. And I'm excited to see what happens, you know, by the end of year 25. I'm gonna have a good year. I'll fuck with you. I think people are gonna fuck with you, bro. I'm excited for your show. It's gonna be crazy. I'm sure we'll add some clips in there or something.
Hell yeah.
Bro, very happy that we did this interview, bro. Shout out to Tracy for making this possible, I guess.
Yeah, shout out Tracy. Who else do I want to shout out? Shout out to Dana. Shout out Nicole for being here. Shout out to everybody, man.
Yes.
Yes.
Alright, thank you guys for watching.